Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. We're excited about today's webinar. It's going to be on keyword research for online directories. It should be a good one. Just some introductions. I'm James. I'm the founder of the company. And with us today, we have Emerson and Gabriel, who lead our marketing team. Hi, guys.
Oh, hello everyone.
Hello, James. Hello, everybody.
Great. And just some logistics before we get started here. We will be recording today's webinar, and we will post a copy of it on the blog, on the eDirectory.com blog, usually within 24 hours. So it should be up probably sometime tomorrow morning. So if you want to come back and check out the webinar, you'll be able to go to the blog and see the recording of it. Also, if anybody has any comments or questions during the webinar, please drop them into the chat and we will stop periodically to answer them. As well as at the end of the webinar, we'll have time to answer questions on this topic or anything else you'd like to ask. And we have a couple next events coming up. On October 23rd, we're going to be talking about AI and content marketing, how to use the tools for content marketing. On November 6th, some tips for creating a killer homepage. November 20th, eDirectory plugins. December 4th, prepare your website for the holidays. And December 18th, integrations to power up your site. And for anybody new here, just some quick background on the eDirectory platform. This is the product that we sell. It is a platform to create listing-based websites, directory-based websites for any industry or purpose. It's literally used for all sorts of things, from local guides to lead generation websites, vendor directories. We have clients all over the world. It is easily customizable with a no-code widget-based solution, so you can drag and drop around widgets to configure the layout of the site, as well as colors, fonts, all that sort of thing to make it match your brand. We have an integrated native mobile app builder where you can build the apps and submit them under your own App Store account for iPhone and Android. And the data is all updated real time between the website and the mobile app. Also, we have a source code version available for the web. And if you order that license, then you can make modifications to the code yourself. Or we have an in-house customization team where if you need something changed, integration with a legacy system, anything like that, we can get you a quote on doing that. So if you'd like to learn more, learn about how it might meet your needs, go to eDirectory.com and you can sign up for a live demo with an account exec there. And so with that, I'll turn it over to Emerson and Gabriel to talk about their specialty, the marketing, the keyword research for online directories. Here you go, guys.
Okay, thank you, James. So on this webinar, we're going to talk about this topic. So what is the keyword research and why it's important, the types of keywords and the search intents, how to research keywords for your SEO strategy, how to find and choose the keywords for your website, and the eDirectory SEO Center and the page editor. So we're going to talk a little bit about theory and how to make it happen, to find the keywords you need to optimize your website so you can get more rankings on the search engines. So it's a very important topic that will help you succeed with your project. So if you have any questions, if I'm talking about any technical terminology, you can ping us on the chat. I can explain, stop and explain before moving forward. Okay, so let's go. Keyword research. So keywords, the basics are phrases that people enter into search engines, also called search queries or search terms. So you're going to find these variations for the same thing. So the keyword research is the process of finding all possible search queries that are relevant to your business, so you can create content around it and optimize your pages. And when we say to create content around it, I mean, it's not just the listings, it's not just the categories. You can create blog posts, articles, custom pages to fulfill the searches from the users. And of course, every page of your website can be SEO optimized with the right page title, the slug URL, which is the address that goes on the address bar, the meta keywords for keywords and meta description. So it's very easy to do this. And the keyword research is important because it determines who your competitors are and which area of the search landscape you can rank for. Because we know that there is a lot of competition and we cannot rank for every single term. So we need to know the space we are in. So doing the keyword research and understanding where your directory sweet spot is, that's what gives you rankability. So know where you can grow. Keywords can be broad and far-reaching. Use it, call it head keywords, which is just a small term like restaurants or restaurants in Miami, for example. And the combination of several terms are often called long tail keywords. So restaurants in Miami, Brickell for kids. So we have more words on the same search term. And the search intent can be informational, navigational, commercial, or transactional. So informational, they are just browsing about brands. Navigational is about information about a restaurant, for example. Commercial, to book a reservation or to buy a product, the same as transactional. So if you there are different search intents that we need to understand the intents on the keyword research to find the best keywords for our websites. Online directories, while niche websites are great for long-tail keywords applied to listings, categories, subcategories, blog, location, and other custom pages, as I mentioned at the beginning. And in general, informational and commercial queries are the most common search intent for online directories. So, like a blog post, I can say an example. The best 10 restaurants in Miami to go out to dinner with kids. So you have a long tail keyword that will satisfy a specific query about people looking for both informational and commercial intent on their queries. And running a keyword research. To run one, you need a spreadsheet and access to SEO tools such as SEMrush, MOZ, Ubersuggest, Ahref, Google Search Console, among others. On this webinar, we prepared a spreadsheet for you, so we are going to provide them later so you can make a copy and start your own keyword research. That's going to base my presentation from now on. So what we need to look for on a keyword research? First, we need to pick a target and create an initial keyword list. So how can we do that? First thing is brainstorming, thinking about how the users are looking for things on Google, like best restaurants in Miami, and among others, or restaurants in Brickell, or any other topic. So make an initial list and pick a target. So let me show you how I did on my sample here. Brainstorming for a listing category, restaurants. So I have this keyword in mind, restaurants in Miami. So that's my initial brainstorming. From this, I'm going to use a tool called SEMrush, which is a SEO service that will show us more details about this specific keyword in a specific place. Let me just go back.
And Emerson, this SEMrush tool, they have a free version, correct? And a paid version as well.
Yes, they have. The free version is very limited, but you can do that. You can use it very simply. Okay, I already have this here, the keyword restaurants in Miami. So I'm picking up this category because I have this category on my demo website. So it will show a lot of data. What we need to look for here is the list of the most common keywords. So we can see here, search volume, keyword difficulty, and the cost per click. It helps us to understand the value of that keyword, not just the monetary value, but also how much it values to our website. So from this keyword here, SEMrush and other software like Ubster.js, MOZ, Ahrefs, they will always work the same way. They will show the intent of this given keyword, the search volume by month in average, keyword difficulty, which is how difficult it is to rank for this specific keyword, and the cost per click. An average value, how much Google AdWords or Facebook ads, for example, will charge for every click on a keyword like this. So what I have here, a list of other keywords sorted by search volume. So I know how much volume of searches I have in across all the United States for these keywords. So I'm going to pick what I think that's good for my website, that makes sense for my category of restaurants on my demo website. So I have them here: best restaurants in Miami, top restaurants, best restaurants in Miami Beach, in Pinecrest, Miami, best Cuban restaurants in Miami, and restaurants in Brickell, Miami. I added here, just so we know, the average monthly searches, the keyword difficulty, the cost per click, current ranking position. I had to use Google Search Console to see that I don't rank for any of these keywords. So I have a very good opportunity to create content around these keywords so I can go for these monthly searches. The intent is commercial. The relevance of this keyword for my project is high, and the growth trend is flat. Growth trend is another tool that we're going to use in a few minutes. That's Google Trends. It will show you if this keyword still is relevant for the users, if they are still looking for that, because if we see that this keyword is declining, so it doesn't make sense to have my efforts on this keyword. So I can go for another one. So that's another topic to consider when you are going to trim down the list of keywords and use the best 5 for every item or every page you are going to optimize. So, okay, so here I have again the SEMrush software. Hey, James, do you have any questions? Shall I stop a little bit?
It doesn't look like there's any questions at this point.
Okay, so just our internal comments. Perfect. So recapping, so this is SEMrush, that's analyzing the keyword for intent, volume, etc. I pick up the list of these keywords and I will target some of them. So this is Google Trends, so it's trends.google.com. You can type in any search term here, and it will show the interest over time. So I can say that there's a bit of decline in here, but we can consider this as a flat growth over the past 12 months in United States, across all categories, and on web search. So we're not considering the news, image, shopping, or YouTube, for example.
And Emerson, that downward trend, it might just have to do with, I mean, that's a pretty generic, search, and it may just have to do with the economy or whatever else. The slow period in Miami is typically the hotter months. There's a lot of reasons why that can go down that may not have anything to do with the long-term sort of search trend.
Oh, sure. If we change it to 2004 to present, which is the database they provide, we'll see that the trend is growing. So despite of this small decline here, but again, it's cyclical, so it's the same. Okay, so Google Trends has another information they provide. So the interest by sub-region, so you know across all the United States who is looking for these. So we can consider some are local people looking for local business instead of just people that have interested in traveling to Miami, for example. So this gives you insights about the audiences as well. Then you can find also related topics and related queries. You can add these related queries to your list of keywords and do this back and forth and check which one is the most valuable for your website. Just like James mentioned about a specific restaurant from a specific cuisine or a specific type of food, as we have here. seafood restaurants in Miami, for example, if you want to a longer long tail keyword. Okay, so again, we did this, and also to create this initial list of keywords, we have always Google as well. Let me just, I have Google here. So if we type in restaurants in Miami, for example, here it will give me a list of another suggestions. So again, I have Brickell here, Miami Beach, best restaurants in Miami, top 10 restaurants in Miami. So it's a good list of keyword suggestions you may want to consider. And at the bottom of the page, on people also search for, you have related searches, which is, at least we know people are looking for these exact queries. So it's good to have that in mind and add those to your spreadsheet. So after that, we checked the SEO software to check for search volume, ranking difficulty, cost per click, and current ranking. So on the step 3, as I showed, to look at the trends and see if the search terms is still relevant to the users and worth the efforts. Now is the easiest part. So prioritize your keywords list is asking yourself a few questions. Which keywords will actually bring you traffic? Are these keywords actually valued by your audience? What words best describe what you offer your audience? What keyword query is your site the perfect solution answer for? And is this relevant long term? Are people actually looking for this? Are you offering or planning to offer this type of content? So if you don't have a page for this specific category on a specific location, you can create one. Just as I mentioned, my website, it was not ranking for
Emerson,
the.
we have a question.
Yes.
Sorry to barge in. We have a question from Leone asking, are we limited to the number of keywords? I think that he is mentioning about the number of keywords we should use, not on the number of keywords we can search on SEMrush, for example.
Yeah, how many keywords do we want to target? I mean, that's a great question.
Yeah, some digital marketers will say that you need to rank for one keyword for each page, but we know that several keywords tends to point traffic to the same page. So eDirectory allows out of the box until 10 keywords per item per page, but we know that at least or around 5 keywords is good because one of the ranking factors is the presence of that keyword on the page title, on the slug URL, on the title tags, and among the text on the pages. So if you have that keyword on your website on the meta tags, but you don't have that on the website or on the URL, you're not going to have too much ranking or ranking factor, ranking signals for that keyword that's not present on the other areas of your pages.
And
But
just oh, go ahead.
Oh no, but SEMrush charges by the number of keywords. I believe the free version is around 100 keywords, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and so just to add to that, some of this is also limited by your own resources, and how much time you have to do all this. And I tell everybody it's much better to do a really great job on a smaller number of keywords on a smaller number of pages instead of having a very large number of sort of thin pages that don't really offer very good information that helps people make purchase decisions. So I would think about that a little bit. And at the end of the day, it's going to be sort of a judgment call. And also you can start and then keep building over time. So it's going to probably increase over time as you go there.
Okay.
And then we have one more
Yeah,
question here, Emerson, which is if you can just go back to step 2 very quickly. That's from Ashby. And maybe just read that and then we can jump forward again.
Okay, so the step step two is to use the SEO tools to discover the stats of your keywords. So I was using here the SEMrush. In here, I have my list of keywords where I was checking for the information I mentioned. So the search intents, the search volume, the keyword difficulty, and the cost per click. So that's the information you should be looking for. This table is sorted by search volume. So I have the highest volume on the top, and it goes decreasing down the list. And here I have the keyword difficulty. So I have some very easy keywords. A point of 38 points is possible. So to rank for best runs in Brickell, Miami. So there is low competition for these keywords. And sometimes you find some head keywords with the keyword difficulty 99. So it's almost impossible to rank for them. So pick up your low-hanging fruits first for more opportunities to ranks.
And it's worth mentioning that we are talking about restaurants in a specific city, but the same concept applies for any other niche. So you have to look on your business in your area. For the same kind of logic, you rather go for keywords that have some search volume and also that is not difficult to rank organically as well.
Okay, thank you. So if that answers the question, let me jump back to step number 5. That's it. So you initially have a list about 10, 15 keywords and you decide among them. So a suggestion is to trim the list up to 5 keywords per page or per category. So you know you have that content on your pages. And that's the next step of my presentation, which is what can I do with the keywords, the SEO keywords on my pages? So I'm going to show you how to use the SEO Center and the page editor to use this information, because it's very crucial for search engines to read the content, the meta content on your website and understand what your pages are about so you can rank for the search terms you are looking for. So this is my test websites. Let me just remove my zoom bar here. Let me log in as a site manager. Okay, so what I did here on my website, I checked that I have no rankings for that group of keywords for restaurants in Miami. So I created a page where I can display the content about restaurants in Miami and target those keywords. So I went to my design menu and opened the page editor. Then I created a page called Best Restaurants in Miami. And why I choose this? Because if we go back to the spreadsheet, I see that restaurants in Miami and best restaurants in Miami has a high search volume. So this is what I'm trying to target, to create a page that can capture a fraction or most of these search queries. So I'm using this as the name, as it's the most important keyword here, or at least the most valuable. And with a keyword difficult of 51, I have possibility to rank for these because I have relevant content around these keywords. So let me go back to the page editor. So I created the name here. Let me show you the SEO advanced options. So meta keywords, I picked all the keywords I saw on my search. So I have top restaurants in Miami, best restaurants in Miami Beach, restaurants in Pinecrest, Miami, best Cuban restaurants in Miami, and best restaurants in Brickell, Miami. And I also created a meta description that has at least the main keyword, best restaurants in Miami. So find a place to dine today in Miami, Miami Beach, Pinecrest, Brickell, and more. So I'm adding another parts of keywords on the meta description to help Google understand that's not just about the city as a whole. I have more targeted content on my pages. once I did that, what I did next, I created some widgets here to display content for Miami in general, content for Miami Beach, content for Pinecrest, Miami, Brickell, Miami, best Cuban restaurants in Miami, and that's it. And another contents for if you have like a blog post about 10 best top restaurants in Miami for kids, so you can add content for these and link them to the pages. It will help Google to understand their content. So let us
just one thing to notice there is that Google will not rank your page just because you put the keywords there. You have to have good content, valuable content for the user that is actually searching for those queries. So yeah, so make sure that the content that you're providing is relevant, is actual, fresh. That will help Google recognize your website as valuable and will start ranking it higher and higher.
Okay, thank you. So my pages, I have best restaurants in Miami on the URL, on the page title, on the header tags, the H1 tag, which is very important, on another parts of my website, of my page. And I used the keywords I found on the content of the website. So top restaurants in Miami. This is a title tag type H2, which is on the hierarchy right below the H1. So it's important for Google to see this type of keyword on a place like this. And I used the keywords again. Best restaurants in Miami Beach. Restaurants in Pinecrest, Miami. More restaurants in Pinecrest. So I'm repeating the keyword, not too much, but a few times, so it gives density to the keywords. So I have here Brickell, Miami, or restaurants in Brickell, best Cuban restaurants in Miami. So I have content around these keywords that I researched before.
And one other thing, Emerson, one other thing just to mention is that it's often a good idea to put in some other content, some written text content, where you can talk about not just the best restaurants, but maybe about the neighborhood and give some, I don't know, some historical information, or also a video. If you're able to put a video in there, talking about the best restaurants, like that's great too. Putting other content instead of just sort of listing widgets in there.
Yeah, great suggestion, James. So again, going back to the page editor, I'm going to show you another marketing trick, which is called backlink, internal backlinks, that helps Google to understand a bit better your content, and also you're going to create some redundancy for the user so they can see the content from your website. When we are creating a widget like this one to display cards, let me go here. Brickell, for example, I believe this one is not configured yet. So we're going to use the widget title, which is very important to put the keyword in here. So we select the listing module, 3 columns. Again, the same keyword I'm targeting. Then I have this link, more restaurants in Brickell, but the way to go here is to use a custom link with the results of your eDirectory filtering all the restaurants in Brickell. So to fill in this field here, I'm going to show you how to do it. So go to your website and just go for here. Pick up the right category. So I have here restaurants, okay, in Miami Brickell, I guess, Miami Brickell. Okay, so when I do this, I pick the category and the location. The results page will comes filter for all the restaurants in that specific location. Now it's just a matter of copying this part of the URL, so restaurants/Miami Brickell, and putting that here. So every time people will see or will click on this link from the restaurants in Miami page, they will see just the restaurants in Brickell. I have everything here. Okay, let's save changes. Let's save again. Okay. So let's view the page and see it in action. So the person arrives on this web page and he's looking for restaurants in Brickell. He will scroll down a little bit. He will find best restaurants in Brickell, Miami, more restaurants in Brickell. I just created this link on the previous step. So when I click here, the user will see all the restaurants in Brickell. So it's very simple for them to find contents in a very easy way, and you are creating internal links that are very important for SEO as well. And just to finish the presentation, another way to use internal links is editing the navigation bar. So if you paid attention, I added the page I created initially here with the same keyword, best restaurants in Miami. So it's another internal link that makes it easier for Google to understand that my content is valuable, that is available through just some few clicks, 1 or 2 clicks, users can find the contents, and that's it. Okay, I guess that's all for today from my end, James. Any questions from you, from Gabriel?
No, that's it.
That's it. Okay. Well, thanks again, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you.